Only 30 years after the first MSC missionaries landed in Matupit Island, Peter ToRot was born in Rakunai in 1912. His father, Tapuya, was one of the first to be baptized by these missionaries. Hello, welcome to Signs of the Times.
Bishops in the center, but then the officials of the government.
In this edition, we join Bishop Rockus talking to Cardinal Joseph Zanze-Kyun, a special envoy of Pope Benedict XVI, to celebrations marking 100 years of the birth of Blessed Peter ToRot.
Your Eminence, Joseph Cardinal Zen, thank you very much for accepting to talk to us. Firstly, I just would like to ask you, you have a very interesting life history as a Chinese, and then of course your formation and to be a priest and a bishop and eventually a cardinal. Going through these experiences, how has it been for you?
It's really a fortunate experience because from a situation of poverty during the war, I could still continue my studies. And then thanks to the Salesians, I received so many years of formation, both in Hong Kong and in Italy. And also because the superiors destined me for the teaching in the seminary, which is a difficult job, but it's also very fruitful also for the spiritual life. And so I worked many years in the seminaries, which is a privilege. And finally, they put me also to lead a diocese in a rather difficult moment. And so I'm happy, really, God has made good things out of a useless instrument.
Your Eminence, being a Chinese background, what do you think that has been part of your culture, tradition that may have contributed in the way, to be resilient and to persevere and through all these challenges in life?
Yeah. Sometimes people say that I'm too much westernized. Maybe I have learned some Italian way of doing things, of talking. But I think fundamentally everybody still, lives out of his tradition, etc. And I think the Chinese tradition is very fortunate. We have much emphasis on hard work, on patience, on gentleness. So I think all those good traditions help us to do our job. And really, we may say we are still in a pioneer period of the church. So we have to work hard to assimilate really all the rich tradition of the church, and then very patiently, gently to transmit all this to our people.
And on that same issue, Your Eminence, each local church or each particular churches normally have like a contribution towards the universal church. What from your experience may be the Chinese contribution to enriching the universal church?
The principle of enculturation is that the culture should be evangelized, and then the culture may contribute to evangelization. But I think I would not dare to say we have contributed much to the universal church. We have enjoyed much from the universal church, and the missionaries have done a wonderful work. Now I hope there will come a peaceful period so that we may have more vocation, and then we can really go deep into this enculturation, and then even to contribute to the church. Yeah.
And Your Eminence, in your life, in ministry as a priest, and then going on as bishop and a cardinal, what have you seen are some of the maybe the challenges or any evolution in your responsibilities, or it has been just on the same now that you're a cardinal and now that you're living your retirement? But what in those times that you were in active ministry, what would you say as a way of notable characteristics from being priest to bishop and then now to cardinal?
Yeah, there was a big change when they appointed me Cardinal Bishop. I mean, before, even as a religious, even as one who works in the seminaries, I had much chance also to participate into pastoral work. On Sundays, we go to parishes to help. But then, being a bishop, you are put in a very different situation, and it's really challenging because you have to lead the whole community in the right direction. Obviously, the bishop cannot do everything by himself, the whole clergy, but the leadership of the bishop is very important, especially in crucial times, like in Hong Kong. This change of regime from the colonial regime to now being a part of China, it was very challenging. So I did what I could, and I'm happy that we took the challenge, and God gave us much help to handle the situation.
Your Eminence, I think from our situation in Papua New Guinea, our viewers, listeners, ordinary people are always familiar with the life of the priests, the bishops. The cardinal, we don't have a cardinal in our country, in our conference. Just tell us quickly, what is a cardinal normally would do, or expected to do in his contribution in that level?
But it's not much difference between a bishop who is cardinal who is not cardinal. And so I'm very happy to see how the bishops here are very much with their people, and that's the secret, to be with the people. And I try to do my best in Hong Kong, and the people are always good everywhere. So provided we go with them, and that's also the principle for education. Don Bosco used to say, we must be with the people. We must not only love the people, but we must let them feel that they are being loved. And so I think that's the secret of any pastoral work. And I congratulate the bishops here, because I see there's very much of such familiarity, and it's wonderful atmosphere I could see in this short time.
And Your Eminence, on the occasion of this centenary of the birth year of Blessed Peter ToRot, and the Holy Father, Pope Benedict XVI, made the appointment as the special legate to the occasion. You've heard of Blessed Peter ToRot before, or was it a total surprise, somebody unknown to you?
I have to confess that I didn't know much about Peter ToRot. So I read carefully the booklet. I was really amazed at the wonderful things the grace has done in such a young man. It's wonderful. I'm very happy to have known this blessed. Yeah.
And how did you receive the news, Your Eminence, that when the Holy Father appointed you as his legate for this occasion, how did you take the news?
I was very happy. I'm old, and so retired, and so I had a free time, and so I'm very happy to know a particular people, and I enjoyed the whole thing.
And Your Eminence, your visit is quite brief, but in that short visit, you might have picked up a couple of striking things insofar as the celebrations of the people, their faith, the visit around the place, especially in the Archdiocese of Rabaul. What have been some of the highlights that you pick up in your short visit?
I see that the people are really happy for being Catholics. And they take part in the liturgy, they sing so well, and they like singing, and so that's a wonderful thing. And we really pray that they may always be able to live their faith in peace, because this is very precious.
Your Eminence, I think a lot of people, knowing that you came to attend this particular occasion of the centenary of the birth year of Blessed Peter ToRot, some, as I discovered, were asking if there was the declaration of his sainthood already. So could you just, from your experience, what more we might say for the people to, or put it this way, is there much difference between being beatified and sainthood? In that process, what is a period of waiting, or what do we need still to do in order to, I think sainthood is the real high point that the people are looking forward to.
Yeah, I think the most important step is the beatification. But then normally there should also a further glorification, which is canonization. But the Church rightly want to put all this in the hands of God. So that means for the Church, it is good to have some sign from heaven. That means some miracle. So it's up to the people to pray and to obtain some miracle. Then easily, we go to the final step. And also because Pope John Paul II has really made it clear that we want to have more canonized lay persons among the saints. So I think it's not only the desire of you people, it's also the desire of the Church. So let's work hard to get the canonization soon.
And Your Eminence, the experience has been for a local young church has been quite encouraging. Rarely we receive these kind of occasions like this, and I believe it was a two-way experience for the people themselves, and for you it was enriching. What would you see as something that you may take back from this experience for your own self, and also maybe to share with others?
Yeah, you see the difference between the people here and our people. Maybe our people are more westernized, a little more sophisticated. But I find that fundamentally the people in the whole world are the same. That means if you approach them, you stay close to them, they like you, and then you can walk together. So I think this is the real secret of our pastoral success, to be with the people, in the middle of the people.
Your Eminence, from my own reflections is that the one grace that this church in Papua New Guinea can really offer to the universal church is that charism of the lay people with the beatification of Blessed Peter ToRot, how he lived his life as a layman and family life, sacrament of marriage. You were sharing some of these challenges of the war, and then of course we did receive something from a letter of apology from the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Japan. As you listened to that letter, how did your reaction to that letter?
My impression is that we really have to work hard to introduce the Christian values in society, and then those ugly things like war and persecution would disappear. So it's a long journey, but we have to persevere in that journey to introduce Christian values, Christian value of hope, of love, of kindness, of generosity, of respect for other people, and all this is in our Christian values. And then once you have these values, then the whole world become a family. As we can see in several occasions, like the World Youth Day, and like as I took part in the International Eucharistic Congress, and they showed us the meeting of the families. All those things are wonderful example to the world. How we, the Catholic Church, is one family in the whole world. And that's the idea, because that's God's plan for us to be all together. And so we love the Japanese bishops. They are wonderful. But we hope that one day they bring all the people into the Christian family.
Your Eminence, being in Papua New Guinea, I don't think you are much a stranger, because we do have many Chinese-born Papua New Guineans too. And I think they have also made an immense contribution to our country, and also teaching some of our locals. They actually lived around Rabaul, and many of them left and are in Australia, but they still have guarded or kept their connections with us here. It's quite striking that the Chinese are everywhere. Are there more Chinese in China itself, or there are more outside?
But I think it's natural that there are so many Chinese, so they can be also in many parts of the world. The only thing is that sometimes the Chinese government is interfering too much. I hope here you are far away, and so maybe they don't. But I saw in many places people don't feel free. They feel threatened by the embassy and the consulate general. And it's too bad, because they should not interfere in other people's country. But unfortunately, the Chinese government tend to dominate. And I hope this is going to disappear, and the people may free, and this brotherhood, which should be in the whole universal human family.
Your Eminence, you have been actually generating a bit of interest among our audience when you were talking, simply from the experience that we have a democracy and trying to live our Christianity and democracy, where you're talking about socialism and Marxism and trying to live Christianity from within. Do you see much of a challenge in the two different ways of living and trying to witness to Christianity?
I think there always should be an effort, because it is true that the Christianity is very much natural to human nature, but then there are also contrarily opposite tendency in human nature because of the original sin. And so even in democracy, we may have to fight for Christian values, peacefully, okay, but we have always to keep watch and work hard. And so I wish every success to your pastoral work, and I see the people feel happy, even if they are poor sometimes. But the Christian values are much more precious than anything else. So I wish you to be able to keep these people really happy always.
Your Eminence, I think I have a last question really. In passing, you mentioned that you're quite popular with the media in Hong Kong, because you do mention things that provide good headlines for the news. What would be some of the issues that you've been raising to the awareness of the world when you are when you have the opportunity with the media?
I criticize the government about all the injustices done to the weak people, because there are still weak people. They don't have voice. So we try to be the voice for the voiceless. And we criticize several policies of the government which are really selfish. and not respectful of the human dignity, discriminating. They are always favoring the rich against the poor. Now the gap between the rich and the poor is widening in Hong Kong. That's shameful. And so we criticize, and the mass media are unhappy because they put some their hope into the church. They know that church is influential, especially because of education, because of 300 schools in Hong Kong, and so we must tell people what is right, what is not right, and so the media are happy that the church comes out and speaks out.
And you've been very successful in attracting the media insofar as making those issues, they are quite relevant to the people at the moment, and you are still with them. Say quickly something about that hunger strike that you have to take it up personally to call some attention to the issues. How was it taken by the government?
Oh, the government ignores everything because they have won the battle and they are happy. But I know that they may not really spontaneously doing all that. They are under pressure. The policy comes from Beijing, so they also had no choice. Okay, we understand.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence, for taking the time to share with us. May I just invite you to pray, say a prayer for us,
Sure.
and for especially the intercession of Blessed Peter ToRot, and also get towards we are moving for his canonization. So we'll invite you to pray for us, and also we can join together as the church also in China and also in Hong Kong in this prayer. Thank you.
Wonderful. So I visit Papua New Guinea, and you are invited to visit Hong Kong.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
Okay.
What